Yep, that's $5 more, and we got 10 more cents here. All right, so I think that's a total of $1.3 million and 82 cents. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you guys there. Sorry. I am a professional dollar financialist, and I take my position as a PDF highly seriously. This is why YouTube keeps recommending me videos relevant to my career prospects, such as this one.
I locked myself in a room until I made $1 million.
So we're gonna figure out what exactly did he do. He locks himself in a room, he comes out with $1 million, but what happened in between?
There was a time not too long ago when I had $50 to my name. I was dressing up as a penguin while playing drums for minimum wage, getting home at 4 a.m, waking up at noon, vaping my brains out, and drowning in video games.
So we see his life before making $1 million. It's very sad. He has $50 to his name. If you look right here, you can see he's a disgusting, worthless, useless gamer. Look at how he presses the buttons on his gaming controller. Look at this. It's completely disgusting. This is what a gamer looks like. This is the average gamer. He sits on his gamer chair, he smokes his marijuanas, and he does this with his stupid gamer gay controller. And so this is what we don't want to be like.
So there I was in winter of 2022, going through old bank statements. I saw $45 spent on alcohol and thought, how the hell did I afford that? Before I knew it, my social feeds were now a constant barrage of advice, motivation, and tough love. I knew it was time to make a change.
So notice what happened there. So at first he was a stupid, useless gamer that vapes all day and plays with his gay controller. But then he started watching Andrew Tate TikToks and he realized he needs to change who he is.
Some people hear the term self-development and immediately roll their eyes, thinking it's all a bit cringe.
Hey bro, I've been working on myself. I'm trying to become a better person. Why? Because you're a stupid fucking loser? Because you're a stupid fucking disgusting cringe loser? Yeah, that's what I thought. You're a cringe loser. That's what you are. This happens very often. You go up to people in real life and you say, hey, I'm working on myself. And then they start rolling their eyes and calling you a cringe loser.
You have to start from a clean slate, erase the limiting beliefs, and reprogram your mind for success.
So look at this. He's reprogramming his mind. No longer is it, I'm unlucky. Now it's my fault. He goes to the gym and exercises, and he comes back and he writes in his notebook. And what does it say in the notebook? It says, I'm not a failure. Words of affirmation. Now, if you want to shortcut this, what you can do is you can Google Sigma male affirmations for 2 hours, and you can just listen to that on your headphones while you're working out. Then you don't have to break out the notebook.
So I started hitting the gym consistently and completely immersed myself in learning, devouring books and podcasts about how I could improve each day.
So what does he do? He immerses himself in learning, and by that, he's watching a video of a guy on a podcast with a hat that says fuck school. So he reads a bunch of books. That's the second step. So you can't just watch the podcasts with the people who hate on women and the people who tell you you're a piece of shit. You have to also read the books about how to make $1 million. Because as it is well known, a book about how to make $1 million is more valuable than $1 million.
With my mindset finally shifting and my habits beginning to solidify, I knew it was time to push myself further.
So what has changed? First of all, he's jumping on the jump rope, okay? Jumping on the jump rope, taking notes, does his push-ups, okay? And then he goes, what does he do? Pay attention to the schedule, okay? Step 1, do the jump rope. Step 2, do the push-ups. Step 3, write notes on the book in the park bench. This is the life of a millionaire. It might not look glamorous. It might look like he's got all these chains and all these hoes and he's tossing around money everywhere. Okay, but it's not about the glamour. It's about the hard work and dedication. And that's why he's writing in the notebook on the park bench.
It was time to lock myself in a room and get to work. I made the decision to cut out all distractions, completely isolating myself and dedicating every waking moment to building something real.
He Googles online business ideas 2023, okay? You're not going to become a millionaire in current year if you don't Google online business ideas current year, okay? It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And look at this. SteelSeries mousepad, membrane keyboard, okay? This actually evolves over the course of the video, so pay attention to that as well.
It became my life for months on end.
Look at that schedule. Look at that schedule. So we've got work block 1, lunch, 12:30 p.m. That's a 10-minute block, okay? You have 10 minutes to eat lunch. If you don't eat lunch within 10 minutes, guess what? Doesn't fucking matter. Throw your food in the trash and go back to working, because that's what a real man does.
I rarely saw my friends, barely spoke to my family, and the world outside my room started to fade into the background.
Oh, his friend asked him if he wants to do something on Saturday. Sorry, I'm not a loser nerd gamer anymore. Can't go hang out with you and the rest of the gooners. That's what he says.
I'd love to tell you it was an instant success, but that's not how it went. The first day brought in almost nothing. My marketing was weak. After attempting to run ads myself for a while and losing almost all of my money,
$315 spent on ads. Disgusting. Abomination. But then, on the next page, he spent £712 on ads. What is going on? Did he spend 350 or 712? Nobody knows. You can't explain this.
I knew my strengths were in the creative process, not in the technicalities of paid advertising and media buying. So I took a risk and outsourced it, using every last penny I had. It was a gamble, but one I was willing to take.
Now, think about this, okay? So we start with $50. We start with $50, as he said earlier in the video. Then we spend $350 on advertising. And then I guess on a different service, we also spend $700 on advertising. And then he takes all of his every last penny, which is negative $950, and he spends that on outsourcing his advertising to someone else.
Slowly but surely, sales began to pick up.
So now we just have these orders coming in. The orders just keep coming in.
It wasn't the explosive success I'd fantasized about, but it was real progress.
So now we go from $40 to $5,000 in 1 minute. 1 minute has passed and we've made $5,000.
By the end of month 5, I'd hit my long-term goal, my first £10,000 month in profit.
So now we have made $12,000. Will he explain what it is he's selling? Nobody knows. Nobody knows what he's selling or what he did. We just know that people keep buying it. He doesn't do the advertising. He doesn't explain what he's selling. So just people are buying whatever he's selling, and now he's made $12,000. Very good.
The first thing I did was move out. Not because I hate my family or anything.
So now that he has $12,000, he immediately moves out of his parents' household. So he doesn't stay and save up for, like, I don't know, a couple more months. He immediately moves out of his parents' household because he knows the online business entrepreneurship is guaranteed to it's going to the moon. He doesn't need his stupid, useless parents anymore. He just moves out and he's a Sigma male on his own. He doesn't need this bullshit.
But because I knew I needed my own space, a place where I could truly focus, lock myself away, and dive even deeper into what would become one of the most transformative seasons of my life.
And he also has a car. He didn't talk about the part where he buys a car, but apparently he has one of those. Obviously, he bought that with his own money.
Hitting that 10K month in July was a major milestone for me.
So now he's changed out the membrane keyboard for an Apple keyboard. I guess he couldn't afford to bring the membrane keyboard along with his many other belongings, such as this fake plant and this lamp. So we had to swap out the membrane keyboard for something more classy, which is the shitty Apple keyboard that lies flat on your desk and just sucks complete dick. So now here is the office of a millionaire entrepreneur. Who's in here? That's right, nobody else. So there's no distractions. There's no equipment. It's just a bunch of couches and his laptop. So that's what he's working with. And from this, he will go from 10,000 to 1 million in the next 7 months.
That only meant one thing: locking myself in a room. Again. I settled into my new space, preparing to hibernate like a hermit for the next 4 months.
And what does he have in the fridge? That's right, 300 cans of water. Because having just drinking water from the faucet, that's already not allowed. The sewers are for the common, stupid, idiot people. And so we have to buy 300 cans of water and put that in our fridge. Understood.
This time around, it wasn't just about maintaining what I'd built. It was about scaling up, preparing for the biggest opportunity of the year.
Now, what's he about to write? That's right. He's going to write down black friends. He needs a list of all of his black friends. I'm not sure what he would...
Q4. Black Friday was looming. The vast majority of successful entrepreneurs have walked a similar path. one where laser focus and unwavering discipline are the only options.
So who are the leaders of success in the entrepreneurship industry? It's Elon Musk, it's Mark Zuckerberg, it's Iman Godzi, and it's Steve Jobs. So would I say this guy is the next Steve Jobs? No. Steve Jobs died. This guy will make millions of dollars and live to tell the tale. So he's not some stupid dead person like Steve Jobs.
By the time November rolled around, I was more than ready. The new product line was launched.
So now we've got a new schedule. So the schedule's revamped. And what does it look like? That's right. 6 o'clock a.m., wake up. 6:30 through 7:30, go to the gym. So we spend 30 minutes waking up, scrolling through TikTok. Then we spend an hour at the gym. And then we do red light therapy. What is red light therapy? Let's find out. So red light therapy is where you... So based upon my online research, it appears red light therapy is putting your face in front of a red light for an extended period of time. And what does this do? Well, it appears it improves skin health, sexual performance. So the red light therapy, so we spend 30 minutes of time doing red light therapy, and this is key to the $1 million lifestyle.
Just over a year after starting this venture, I crossed the 7-figure mark. There's people out there who make this in a month, a week, or even a single day, and when you let this sink in, it'll humble you. So when the numbers ticked over to 1 million, the euphoria lasted a couple of minutes. Sure, it sounds flashy, but does it actually mean anything? The answer is no, not really.
So because he made $1 million in a year, but other people make $1 million in a day, he's actually not good enough. So this is important to know also. If you are able to lock yourself in a room and go from $50 to $1 million in 1 year, that doesn't matter because Elon Musk has $400 billion. So truly, if you're not as rich as Elon Musk, you are a worthless, insignificant rat. And I think that's a message we can all take away from this.
I realized that crossing this milestone didn't make me feel any different.
I like how he looks into the camera and gives a sexual gaze. I mean, this is... We know this guy has watched a lot of alpha male podcasts, but you can just see the raw sexual energy vibrating through his body as he brushes his hair and looks deep into the camera with his dark brown eyes.
What truly mattered, though, wasn't the money itself, but the freedom it brought. As humans, we don't really care about the numbers on the screen.
And now he goes back to his stupid, dumbass mom. For some reason. I thought the whole point of the alpha male journey was that you forget about your stupid friends and your stupid family and you make $1 million. But I guess he's gone back on that. So once you have the $1 million, then you're allowed to talk to your parents. So now that we've watched the guide on how to become a millionaire, now I want to figure out where can I buy the product that he's selling. So we go in the description. Okay, let's connect with him on Instagram. Let's see. We have work. Oh, maybe. Oh. Okay, so he secured a Shopify bag. So he also bought a Rolex watch. So we see that he has 5 pictures on the Instagram. And here he is with 150 entrepreneurs. Here he is at his $1 million mansion. And here he is on his gay laptop. So we see a lot of progress between day 1 and day 1 million. Okay, so on his website, we have the ability to join his waitlist. So the real way to become a millionaire, apparently, is to join his waitlist. So if we join the waitlist, so let's go ahead and enter in my email here. Okay, and now I've secured my spot on the waitlist. So now that I'm on the waitlist, I will eventually receive free coaching. And there's nowhere you can actually... You would think if you have $1 million business, you might link people to be able to buy the products from your $1 million business. But you actually can't do that. So there's literally nowhere you can find what he's selling. All you get is the video where he explains to you how he made the $1 million. But I guess he closed down his business. Now the new business he's running is that you get to join his waitlist and pay him money for private coaching.